Welcome to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive. Today we are tackling a piece of news that has, well, it's fundamentally changed the landscape of international rugby, and we're going straight to the sources to figure out why. We're talking, of course, about Rassie Erasmus and that unprecedented contract extension.
Indeed. I mean, SA Rugby didn't just re-sign him. They threw down a huge marker, locking him in until the 2031 World Cup in the USA.
Right. And if you look at his whole history with the team, starting as Director of Rugby back in 2018, we're looking at a 13-year involvement at the very top.
It's just unprecedented. I mean, no one in world rugby really operates with that kind of long-term security, that kind of influence.
Absolutely the right word. And when you look at his track record since he came back, it's
Well,
just staggering.
It is.
You've got back-to-back World Cup wins.
A Lions serious one.
And 3 rugby championship titles. It's an incredible run of success in a sport where, dominance is usually so short-lived.
And that's the thing. This move isn't just about celebrating what they won. It's about securing the next decade. Our mission today is to move past the headlines and really synthesize what guys like Eddie Jones and Ewan McKenzie are saying.
Okay.
To understand why this is being called a no-brainer. We're not just looking at the trophies, but the foundational systems Rassie put in place years ago that made all this possible.
And as we dig into that, we have to mention just how dominant he's been. He's taken charge of 53 test matches as head coach.
Just one shy of Jake White's record.
Exactly. One short of 54. So this isn't just a successful coach. He's a foundational figure, rewriting the record books. And if you want insights like this, you need to be with us. So please, make sure you subscribe to the Rugby Obsession feed right now. You won't want to miss a single deep dive. Okay, so let's unpack what the experts are saying. We heard from Eddie Jones, the Japan boss, and Ewan McKenzie, former Wallabies coach. Jones called it a sound appointment, but he also said it's a pretty attractive job. So let's start there. Why? What makes it so attractive right now?
Well, Jones nails it, and his reasons are less about Rassie's tactics and more about his management, his whole environment. The first point is that Erasmus has been, and I'm quoting here, very good at changing his assistant coaches.
That's interesting. Usually you think a long tenure means keeping your trusted people around you. So why is change a good thing here?
It stops things from getting stale. That's the biggest risk, right? After the 2023 World Cup, he brings in Jerry Flannery and Tony Brown. He welcomes Felix Jones back from England.
Right.
It's not instability. It's controlled adaptation. It keeps the ideas fresh. It keeps players learning. And it means Rassie himself isn't the only voice in the room.
That makes a lot of sense. So the system is bigger than just one person.
Yeah.
Except maybe the guy running it. What's the second point Jones makes? The more powerful one.
It's simple, the depth of players he's got.
Ah, yes.
And this is the real key, how he built that depth. But just from a coaching perspective, what's better than walking into a job where a machine is just constantly producing test-ready athletes?
That depth is what everyone sees on the field. But I think it's McKenzie who really explains the structure behind it. He said that Rassie's had his hands on the levers and has been running the show for some time.
Yeah.
Regardless of his official title. Let's pause on that. Director of Rugby versus head coach. What's the real difference here?
It's like the architect versus the builder. The head coach is focused on the now, selection, tactics for the next game, the next 4 months.
Okay.
The director of rugby, the door, which is what Rassie was in 2018, that's the architect. They're focused on the whole system, player pathways, budgets, national coaching philosophy, dealing with all the politics of SA Rugby.
So McKenzie's point is that even when Rassie was the head coach, he never really stopped being the door.
Precisely.
Yeah.
This new contract, the 2031 deal, it isn't some big leap of faith. It's formalizing a reality that's been successful for years. He was already running the whole show.
Okay, and this is where it gets really fascinating because a lot of people credit the current success to the immediate coaching staff, match prep. But Eddie Jones says Rassie's success now is because of the technical director work he did years ago.
Yeah, he actually used the word lucky.
Lucky? That feels wrong. For 2 World Cups.
Well, yeah, but he immediately defines what he means by luck. He says Erasmus is lucky to be reaping the rewards now because he was the one who set up the system that's paying off.
Ah, preparation meeting opportunity.
Exactly. The preparation was the grinding, unseen work he did before he was the main guy on the touchline.
That's the definition of a masterstroke, planting seeds you harvest a decade later. So let's get specific. What exactly did he put in place that's creating all this depth?
He basically built a centralized development system for South African rugby. It's officially called the EPD, the Elite Player Development Structures. He and Jacques Nienaber ran it initially.
But doesn't every big rugby nation have a youth system? What makes the EPD so special compared to, say, England or New Zealand's setup?
It's the level of direct, centralized intervention and the physical monitoring. It's not just scouting.
Okay.
The EPD unit goes into high schools, finds talented players, sure, but then they immediately get them into proper high-level strength and conditioning programs.
So at 16, 17 years old.
Yes. So it's not enough to just be talented. You have to be physically prepared years ahead of time.
Wow.
They track them meticulously. So when a player finally gets to the test level, he's not just raw talent. He has the physical foundation to survive international rugby. It's like a production line.
A production line for world-class athletes. And we're already seeing the payoff from that, aren't we?
Absolutely. The sources point to the Noose example, the new Boak prop Zachary Porden. He's the proof. He came directly out of that EPD structure. He was prepared by the system long before anyone knew his name.
So connecting the dots, as Jones says, Erasmus has been involved in the entire system from a school kid to a Springbok for almost 6 years. This success isn't a fluke. It's the payoff for that long-term structural work.
Which makes the reappointment look incredibly sound. You're continuing the system that's already winning.
Exactly. It solidifies everything.
And if you're finding these connections valuable, a quick reminder, make sure you subscribe to Rugby Obsession right now if you haven't. We'll keep bringing you the insights that explain not just what happened, but why it all matters.
All right, let's play devil's advocate for a second. The time bomb. Any long-term contract, there's a risk. Complacency creeps in, the message gets old, and then you see a decline in performance.
It's the classic trap, and everyone talks about it with a contract that runs to 2031. But McKenzie gives a really compelling reason why this probably won't blow up in their face. He thinks Rassie's control actually minimizes that risk.
How so? Why is this appointment different?
2 big reasons. First, he says Erasmus has already proved his worth. And not just in winning games. He's shown he can manage all the forces and the politics that come with running a massive organization in a country as complex as South Africa.
And that is a huge part of the job that we don't always see, right? The politics.
Enormous. Balancing provincial unions, sponsors, social pressures, they can derail any coach. Erasmus has navigated all of that for years, so he's already proven he can manage the whole thing, not just the 80 minutes on the field.
Okay, and what's the second reason McKenzie gives? This one seems really important for the future, beyond 2031.
This is the crucial bit. McKenzie notes that Rassie has produced a very good succession plan for not only staff, but also for the playing group.
Ah, so it's not a one-man show.
Exactly. The typical risk is the great leader leaves, and the whole thing collapses because no one else knows how to run the machine.
But by building up other coaches, other leaders in the team, he's basically making this system, well, making it bigger than himself.
He's institutionalizing his success. The system is designed to outlive the man who built it.
That's the core of it then.
Yeah. McKenzie's conclusion is that it won't blow up because he's been controlling the levers for so long already, and he's preparing the organization for what comes next. This isn't a risky gamble, it's a continuation.
So that's really the final synthesis of our deep dive. This extension isn't just a reward. It's a recognition of systemic design, of those EPD structures meeting world-class management.
Right. It's all about stability and a future that's been actively built since 2018. So since Erasmus built the very player depth he now benefits from, and McKenzie confirms a strong succession plan is in place, we want to know what you think.
Does a long appointment like this guarantee more continuity simply because the system he built is so strong? Or is there always a risk? Is burnout and complacency always a threat, even with the best systems and the deepest talent pool?
We really want to hear your thoughts and opinions on this decision. Is this a 13-year commitment to dominance? Let us know.
Thank you for tuning in and giving us your time for this deep dive. And remember, if you haven't yet, subscribe to Rugby Obsession for more knowledge shortcuts.
Thank you for listening to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive. We will look forward to you listening to our next episode.